Ms. Lorraine here has some timesheets to kind of help keep our time in check, and we have 2.5 minutes. And first, we'd like to invite Leanne Wood up with Utah PTA.
Excuse me. Members of the board, I'm Leanne Wood, Education Commissioner for Utah PTA. Utah PTA would like to express our support of the new proposed health standards. We applaud the efforts of the Standards Committee, led by Jody Kaufman, for their thorough research, discussions, and writing of the new standards. We are also grateful for the parent input opportunities given over the last few months and the changes that were made to accommodate public input and concerns. We are also appreciative of the thorough and thoughtful discussion that took place during the Standards Assessment Committee meeting last month. Excuse me. We feel what will be proposed today is a wonderful blend needed to help all students in regards to physical and mental health. We especially love the addition of protective factors included to help with prevention efforts, and the emphasis of mental health, including mindful techniques and connectivity principles. We encourage your support of today and to help us to finalize these health standard changes and move them forward to the students of Utah. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Next, we'll have Holly Ezel or Ezel, one of the two, I'm guessing.
Yes,
you'll clarify. Ezel, okay.
Good morning. My name is Holly Ezel. I'm a parent of a deaf child who is currently enrolled in the USDB program, who's located at the KBS location in Ogden. I learned about a month ago of a decision to move the junior high and high school students who are currently attending KBS from their current setting in Weber School District to Ogden School District. I understand, per the law, USDB may move their program wherever they see fit. I understand change is hard for people. However, when something isn't broke, why change it? The current setup in Weber School District has been in place, and students have been successful for the last decade. Why are the real reasons that aren't being talked about for this move? When I spoke via the phone to the director of KBS, Martin Price, on February 3rd, I asked him directly if the junior high and high school students were being moved back to the KBS campus. I was told no. I then asked him directly at least 2 times, were there conversations going on about changing the current setup for the program, and I was told no. When I had a face-to-face meeting with Martin Price on March 8th, he was confused as to why I was doing my own research on the KBS program future, and I told him that he wasn't truthful with me when I asked him a month ago about the changes, and I didn't trust him to be truthful with me now. He responded and said that he was told by his administrator, Michelle Tanner, to not share the information with parents. When I spoke with the principal at Ben Lomond on March 7th, he was hesitant to speak with me. He told me he had attended 1 to 2 meetings at the beginning of the year and was told not to share the information about the KBS program moving. Karen Harrop, the Ogden School District Special Needs Director, reached out to me on March 7th and wanted to know why I was calling Ogden Schools. She avoided answering my direct questions about having meetings with USDB moving the KBS junior high and high school students. She continually addressed that Ogden School District constantly collaborates with USDB. Well, of course they do. USDB provides services to the Ogden School District. At a parent meeting held on March 11th, when I directly asked Michelle Tanner who governs the USDB board, she replied that the advisory board does, advisory council. When I asked directly about if the advisory council knew about the changes, she said that Karen Harrop did, and it implied that the entire advisory council knew. Of course, Karen Harrop knew, as she is the person that USDB must speak with about moving their program to the Ogden School District. Karen is the chairperson of the advisory council. Myself and another parent spoke last week at the public meeting and found out that indeed the advisory council, with the exception of Karen, did not know about the move. I've been told by Martin Price as well as Michelle Tanner about the Weber School District as a 3% school district. Obviously, I'm not quite sure why that applies to moving the program. However, I'll finish up here. At the end of the day, the decision was made that directly affects the students. Students are the ones that will suffer the consequences of the decision. Our son will be moved out of the USDB program, as I do not have trust for the administrators of KBS. My goal is to effect change for the future, as there is no reversing this decision. I want the USDB to have to involve parents, students, and educational providers, advisory council members, and the State Board of Education when the decisions are made that affect the students' educational environment. In order for students to be successful, productive citizens, parents, students, and teachers also need to be a part of the team to work together to ensure that this happens. Thank you.
Thank you. Sure. Next, we'll have Nikki Lake.
Hi, my name is Nikki Lake. I'm the program coordinator for Get Healthy Utah, a nonprofit based in Salt Lake, and we focus on physical activity and nutrition. And, I'm here today to urge you to support the updates to the health standards. There are many positive updates in all the strands of the updated health standards. Throughout the strands, students will learn how to cope with stress and peer pressure, how to manage their thoughts, feelings, and behaviors, and protect themselves from disease and injury. They will also learn the benefits of a substance-free lifestyle, how to care for and protect their bodies, and what a healthy relationship looks like. Get Healthy Utah is especially supportive of the nutrition updates. The new standards help students identify a variety of healthy food options and get rid of outdated information, such as the food guide pyramid. They discuss portion size, emphasize the importance of healthy eating in combination with physical activity, teach students how to read a nutrition label, and analyze unscientific diet practices and misleading advertising claims. There's a statement on the Utah State Board of Education website that says, health education, integral to the success of students in Utah's educational setting, provides opportunities for students to acquire knowledge, skills, and attitudes necessary for lifelong health-enhancing behaviors. Schools can better achieve their basic educational mission if students are healthy and fit physically, mentally, socially, and emotionally. Habits that young people establish will affect their future health status in a positive or negative manner. These standards support the statement from the board and were put together by experts who thoughtfully considered age-appropriate and correct information to be taught. So we hope that the board supports and passes them today. Thank you very much.
Next, we'll have Ellie Bodley.
Well, good morning. My name's Ellie Bodley. I attended the meeting a couple of weeks ago about this. I work as a school nurse in Alpine School District, and I also teach health at UVU, and I help teach public health nursing at BYU. So I see the need for these health standards in all different populations. First, as a school nurse, I have non-stop line of kids coming to my office with stomach aches and headaches, and if I keep them there for a minute, talk to them, it's usually just anxiety. Whether they're from a supportive family or not, I see it all across the board. And there's a lot of dangers going on in the society today these kids don't know about, and I think they need to have these updated health standards to help them learn. I also, when I teach my health class at UVU, it's kind of shocking to see how many of the students in the class, which might be newly graduated from high school or non-traditional students, they don't have a lot of knowledge about basic health things, contraceptives, nutrition, rape on college campuses. It's kind of shocking to me. And every time we have the mental health lecture, there's at least 2 people that raise their hands and talk about how they have had the suicidal thoughts and how they handled it. So there's a lot of mental health issues going on in the school-age population and the college population. I also work with nursing students in the public health nursing course at BYU, and we do research on the childbearing family in Utah County, and we come up with the top problems and trends, and mental health issues are always at the top. Suicide, mental health, postpartum depression and everything. I just feel like the Health Standards Committee, they've gone through the process, they've looked at evidence-based practice, and of course we'd like to see all of these things addressed in the family. All we would, but I am finding out every day appearances are deceiving. You can never know what's really going on inside of a child's home. And to hear it on the street is not right. This is a positive way to teach them about good health standards, and I think they've done a good job. I'm asking you to vote on it, vote yes on it, because it really does take a village to raise a child. And I appreciate your hard work. I've got a handout. If it's okay, I'll pass it around. Is that all right? Can you do that?
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks so much for your time.
Thank you. Next, we'll invite Heidi Matthews with UEA.
Good morning. My name's Heidi Matthews. I'm the president of the Utah Education Association, representing over 18,000 educators in our state. And I was so taken this morning with the convictions of board member and fellow teacher Scott Nielsen, and it just reminding us of our responsibilities to always keep our students at the center of everything that we do. And that's our responsibility of this board and all of us who are committed to public education. So thank you, Scott. That was wonderful. The UEA appreciates the thorough legislative report of the 2019 session and stand ready to partner with you in the subsequent required rulemaking that will make this all possible for our students and teachers in schools. My comments today, though, relate more to the work that you will be starting tomorrow with the legislative updates, and to reiterate the UEA's commitment to being a resource and partner in supporting this work moving forward. The UEA, we too have been traveling the state, updating our members on the legislation that will impact our classrooms, and especially having conversations about our needs to be a strong, united education community in the upcoming interim conversations about tax restructure. Stealing an analogy from our UEA Vice President, Roger Donahoe, he likened the upcoming tax restructure to the flood in Salt Lake City in 1983. It's like it was raining. There was no stopping the flood. There's no stopping that this tax restructure is coming. But what did the people of Utah do? They banded together and they put the sandbags down so that the sandbags could chart the direction of the flood. And so I don't want us to be thought of as sandbags, but we're the people who are moving those sandbags together. And we need to have our education community all coming together to be able to make sure that in this tax restructure, not only is there a commitment to ongoing and increasing investments in public education, but that those funds are protected moving forward. So, and then even more immediate is the Teacher and Student Success Act, which the Finance Committee will be talking about tomorrow, specifically with the percentage that can be going toward salary and compensation. You will all be asked to define what an average teacher salary is. And I think that's really tricky when we look at average of what people are actually making versus the average of what could be their potential, I think is much more accurate. So we look forward to being a partner with you as you move forward in the rulemaking to make this possible, and we look forward to carrying sandbags with you. Thank you very much for all you do.
Next, we'd like to invite Josh Vineyard.
Good morning. My name is Josh Vineyard. I'm the academic director for Youth Care Treatment Center, as well as Highland Ridge Hospital. And I'm here today to talk about the residential treatment rule that will be this afternoon. And I wanted to take a moment to let you know that this rule has really been thrust on all of us, not only on our industry, but all of you, the governor, the state superintendent. And I guess really what I'm saying is thank you for joining us on this boat. Utah is home to one of the best, or some of the best, residential treatment facilities in the country. And we've worked hard under the supervision of the Human Services for decades. In addition, we are regularly audited by other educational institutions from other states. We provide the intensive treatment coupled with highly quality education. Illinois and California and others are now requiring that in addition of the oversight that we already have been subject to, they're asking us to add an additional layer of state educational certification as well. I'm confident that you'll find that our industry has highly qualified schools, and we look forward to partnering with you. I want to take a moment and thank many of those who have made this unique process a good process. First, Sydney Dixon, and also Angie Stalling. And Jeff Van Holten has been a tremendous asset to this process as well. In addition, Representative Brian King has worked to ensure that the legislature has been supportive and additional, and that this additional requirement is funded. So thank you very much.
Next, we'll invite Barbara Ferris.
Good morning. Thank you for taking my comments. My name is Barbara Ferris, and I have had the privilege of teaching health education for more than 30 years in Cache County School District. And I need my glasses because I'm that age. Okay. I've also had the privilege of being on the Health Writing Core Committee. I believe we wrote the most comprehensive and well-thought-out curriculum possible under the guidance of Jody Kaufman and the other health professionals. I believe the new standards and strands will guide health teachers in Utah in providing the students the skills and knowledge to not only become healthy young people, but also healthy adults. I feel that our students thirst for this knowledge based on my conversations with my students. In addition, the parents of my students are overwhelmingly supportive of the human development curriculum. I base that statement on the human development permission slips health teachers are required to collect from all students. Once again, please vote in favor of this curriculum. Thank you for your attention, and thank you for caring about the future of Utah students.
Okay. Thank you. This concludes our public comment agenda item.